The loneliest animal in the world. This is Lonesome George, a male Pinta Island tortoise. For decades, it was thought that this subspecies has got extinct due to intensive overhunting and invasive species. But then suddenly on November 1971, George was found on the island of Pinta. The vegetation in Pinta Island had been devastated by invasive species, and thus for a safer shelter, George was moved to Santa Cruz Island. After George, scientists and researchers hoped to find more tortoises, but none was found. Many mating attempts were done to save this species from extinction, like the dinosaurs, but none out of all those became successful. Many female tortoises from different subspecies were paired up with George, but there was no chemistry and no hatchlings in between them at all. In June 24, 2021, George was officially announced to be dead by his caretaker, who was with George for over 40 years. He found him dead, and the species was then officially classified as functionally extinct. Imagine being the last of your kind on Earth. What a crazy feeling it will be. Comment down your views, and follow Advanceable to be the advanced version of yourself. Make sure you don't miss these astronomical events in October. On the 9th of this month, there is a Draconid meteor shower in which you can see up to 20 meteors per hour. Along with that, there are two back-to-back eclipses going to happen in this month. One is on the 14th October. This will be the annular solar eclipse, in which moon covers the face of sun, making the sun looks like a ring of fire. The other eclipse is on the 29th October. This will be the partial lunar eclipse that can be seen from Europe, Africa, and Asia, as well as some part of Australia. The well-known galaxy known as Triangulum Galaxy is going to be at its highest point on the 15th October. It's the best chance for you to see this astonishing galaxy. On 22nd and 25th of this month, there are again two meteor showers named as Orionids and Leonids, respectively. You can see up to 10 to 15 meteors per hour in these meteor showers. Mention the person with which you want to see these meteor showers, and follow Advanceable to be the advanced version of yourself. If you have ever traveled in airplanes, you might know that thermometers are prohibited to be taken with you during the flights. But have you ever wondered why? Mercury is present inside thermometers, which is a very reactive metal. It exists as liquid at room temperature and can easily dissolve other metals in it during a process known as amalgamation. And at end of this whole amalgamation process, something called as an alloy is formed. Interestingly, over 75–80% of the airplane's composition is based on aluminum. If someone ever take mercury with them inside an airplane, and if it fell at surface of the airplane, the mercury itself would start dissolving and corroding the airplane's aluminum, making an airplane a hollow structure and start reacting very strangely with its surface. Comment down your views and follow Advanceable to be the advanced version of yourself. This guy named Walt did a weird experiment of mixing germs with his blood, and something crazy happened. You might not believe this is even real. These germs are huge in size compared to your white blood cells. But after some time, we noticed an incredible thing. The white blood cells circled in the next scene to attack the germs, and after they attach, the germs begin to explode. Witnessing this under a microscope is really incredible. This same process continued for all the other germs too. The white blood cells would move towards the germ, attach to the germ, and then literally explode the germ. And the most interesting thing comes when this circled white blood cell started trying to attach to this giant germ, and it eventually ripped open the germ. They are small, but they are strong and determined to fight for you every day. So be kind to yourself. You are worth more than you can ever imagine. What are your views? Comment down. And follow Advanceable to be the advanced version of yourself. Scientists says Cristiano Ronaldo is a superhuman, and they just proved it. At 16-year-old, Ronaldo underwent heart surgery, and while most people would need a month to recover, Ronaldo was back for training within days. After the 2006 World Cup, Ronaldo dedicated his summer to becoming the strongest and fastest player in history. He put weights on his legs to practice step-overs and made his left foot just as strong as his right. Cristiano Ronaldo's vertical jump is also 41 inches, which is more than the average NBA player. He is the most dominant aerial player in football history and has scored 127 goals with his head alone. But when Ronaldo joined Real Madrid, he became a beast. At 33 years old, he recorded a 21-mile-per-hour sprint, his fastest ever. When Ronaldo transferred to Juventus, his medical test said that his body was the biological equivalent of a 20-year-old. Studies on Ronaldo's brain also show that he is able to predict what is going to happen during matches because he has a high level of spatial intelligence. Comment down and follow Advanceable to be the advanced version of yourself. There is a strange theory about the largest investment company, BlackRock, who manages $10 trillion worth of assets of all giant companies, which means 40% assets of the world. They have heavily invested in every aspect of life: the food industry, medical industry, weapon industry, transportation, the media. I mean, everything you can think about, they have already invested. By the way, this info is not a theory, this is a public data that anyone can find. And now the theory comes: suppose you have all this power like BlackRock, then you need to increase demand in order to keep the economy going. So how will you do? Well, you're going to create a crisis, because you cannot have a $90 billion weapon industry without a war. You cannot have a demand for green energy without a climate crisis. You cannot have a vaccine demand without a pandemic. You cannot create media traffic without a drama. It is the entire ecosystem controlled from the upper class, and it is the coincidence we are in a perpetual state of crisis. What are your views? Comment down, and I am going to upload part 2 soon. Make sure to follow us to be the advanced version of yourself.